Welcome, everyone, to the NoDQ.com live predictions for WWE TLC 2020, our final predictions video of the year. I'm Aaron Rift. I'm being joined by the NoDQ panel. We have Big Baller G, Colin Andrew. But before we get to our fourth person, Big G, how are you feeling about this show on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. You know, I usually try to give like these, I don't want to say throwaway pay-per-views, but like these undercard pay-per-views, not too much expectation. And then when I go into the pay-per-view, they'll, I guess, not blow my expectation, but I'll be satisfied with the pay-per-view. So I'm kind of looking forward actually towards the 2 TLC matches, actually.
As am I. I think, as usual, it will be a good pay-per-view, but man, this card just feels like a throwaway show. Colin Andrew, how are you feeling? 1 to 10.
6. I hate gimmick match pay-per-views where we know the main event is automatically going to be Hell in a Cell or main event or TLC. Like, I hate these concept pay-per-views like this. Make it fun like it used to be. So I'm going to go with a 6 only because we're going to see McIntyre and Styles for the first time, and that should be a really, really good match. So,
yeah, I think I'm going to go with a 5 or a 6, but let's go ahead and get the thoughts of our fourth panel person coming direct from the North Pole. And I apologize if we have some technical issues. Colin was cutting in and out. Hopefully Santa comes through fine from the North Pole. I know the internet reception isn't exactly the best that remote up north, but let's introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the name. Good old Saint Nick, Chris Kringle himself, Santa Claus. How's it going, Santa?
Merry Christmas to the entire NoDQ galaxy. I've been watching all of you this year. Virtue, you've been a very naughty boy. Definitely coal in your stocking this year for sure. So other than that, everybody in the room has been good, so you're in good shape.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get to this pay-per-view. We only have 6 matches, which is, I guess, expected when the pay-per-views have been shorter, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and I definitely do not complain about that. The first match we have is for the Raw Tag Team titles. We have the New Day versus the Hurt Business. Big G, let's start with you on this one. Do you think that the Hurt Business will win the tag team titles, or do you think the New Day will keep their run going?
Well, since this is the last pay-per-view, I might as well go home or go big. So I'm going with the Hurt Business to win the Raw Tag Team titles. You know, they lost the past couple times on Raw against the New Day, but Cedric has picked up 2 singles victories against them, and then they just won this past night on Raw. But usually, you know, the winning team usually loses on the pay-per-view, but I think they're building up the Hurt Business. So I'm going to go with Shelton and Cedric to win the Raw Tag Team titles.
All right, and I think I'm going to agree with you on that one, just because I think we have to have Lashley and Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin all with championships together, so they can come out, have that big moment. MVP, the leader, well, yeah, he is the mouthpiece of the group, but we lost Big G. I guess the reception is worse in Pennsylvania than it is in the North Pole. Now, I should note that there's very bad weather on the East Coast right now, and that may be resulting in us losing Big G. Hopefully he comes back momentarily. Now our screens are all changed up and whatnot. Wait a minute. Is he back? Oh, no. Jeff just fixed it. All right. Well, might be a 3-person effort. Oh, no, wait. He's back.
There he is. There he is.
Big G is back. Big G, I'm agreeing with you, even though you left us for a few minutes. I think the Hurt Business will win the tag team titles. And we do have a super chat. Santa Claus, do you want to read it off for us?
I can't say that word, but I'll do my best, Mr. Rift. Roberto Bravo with a $5 super chat says, who booked this? Another word for caca. Shame on you for using that language in front of Santa Claus, young man. But who booked this is the man who is older than me somehow, Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
I agree with that sentiment, Robert Bravo, and thank you for the super chat. But yeah, I'm going to say the Hurt Business wins. And plus, the titles always seem to flip-flop, and it's hot potatoing all the time. So, yeah, I think the Hurt Business will win, and then New Day will probably win it back next pay-per-view, some garbage like that. Anyways, what do you think, Colin Andrew?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Hurt Business. I've pulled for them every time they challenge for the titles. So I think that the New Day needs to take a little step back, let the Hurt Business do their thing, because the Rumble's coming up. And, hey, Kofi can go do his fancy little spots in the Rumble, and then whatever pay-per-view we get in February, they can win them back.
All right, and Santa Claus, go ahead and give us your thoughts.
Well, Santa's going to surprise you, young Aaron, because, while he doesn't always, I don't always condone the actions of the Hurt Business. The fact of the matter is they're running away with the NoDQ.com year-end award for Faction of the Year with good reason. And I feel that they deserve to be the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, or whatever the title is called at this particular moment. So I firmly believe they will defeat the New Day on Sunday.
All right. Moving on to the next match. We're going to get through this pretty quickly, I think. Maybe not. We'll see. We have Sasha Banks versus Carmela for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I have little to no interest in this match. To me, it's just filler. I do not think Carmela will win the championship. They did the DQ on SmackDown last week with Sasha losing her cool, and then Carmela used the champagne bottle on her, and whatever. I think Sasha will retain the title. Don't see a title change here. Highly unlikely in all likelihood, as I like to say. But Santa, do you have any different opinion on that?
Well, I was talking with the gentleman who usually does these with you, good old JM, and he shares my opinion. The fact of the matter is, this is a no-win feud. You just bring Carmela back, and she's supposed to be this unstoppable person who, can't lose, and she might lose. Or you have Sasha, who's finally doing, decent work on the show and getting a, what do they call it, a push, right? And yet she may lose her title right away, even though she lost. She actually retained in the first defense, which was a Santa miracle. You're welcome, Sasha. So either way, the person that loses here, it's a no-win scenario for the company. So I don't know why they booked this so soon in Carmela's return to TV. Having said that, I think that Sasha will be more hurt if she loses the championship now. I know we always say that with Sasha Banks, but that really is the case here. So I feel she will retain at TLC.
Very good points there, Santa Claus. I like your input. Big G, agree or disagree with Santa?
Yes, Sasha's gonna retain. I gotta agree with Santa. I'm rocking his Santa suit right here. Anyways, Sasha
very
retains.
Suit, young man. I enjoyed the most. Thank you.
Thank you, Santa. Sasha's gonna retain here. Hopefully, we all know this is just gonna be a one-off match, and whoever Sasha faces done at the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. We'll see when that happens, but should be a good match. Both are very talented. But Sasha to retain.
All right.
Blueprint.
And by the way, I am wearing red and green at least, so I'm in the spirit a little bit. Colin Andrew, what do you think?
Well, if they're finally going to give Sasha a good title reign, then she has to retain. And we are getting ready to launch WrestleMania season next month. So I'm going to pick Sasha to retain. I'm not sure how exactly, but she will come out with the belt at the end of the day.
All right. Now we move on to the women's tag team title match. We have Nia Jackson, Big G's favorite, Shayna Baszler, up against Asuka and a mystery partner. Lana was injured in storyline by Nia and Shayna. Therefore, she's out of the match. I think we're going to have the champs retain. But what we'll do here is, as a bonus point, you can name the mystery person, and if you're correct, you will get an additional point for our final pay-per-view of the year in our predictions league. I am going to say that Charlotte returns. Charlotte will make her big return. However, she will screw over Asuka. Either she'll just walk out of the match, or they'll have some kind of miscommunication. But Charlotte will make her return. However, Nia Jax and Shayna, regardless of the mystery partner, will retain the tag team titles. Colin, what do you think?
I am thinking that if Lana was in this match, I would be going with Asuka and Lana. But since she's not, I will go with a title retention and the mystery partner. I don't know how much she has left in NXT, so I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley.
All right. I would like to see that, but I have a feeling she's not coming back to the main roster anytime soon. I think she should, but I seem to think it's a long shot. Still, could happen. Santa, what do you think?
I believe the champions will retain, much to Big G's delight, because I know he is happy with Shayna Baszler, and the poor Big G keeps getting screwed over by the North Pole connection. I apologize for that. Anyway, I honestly don't know if it makes sense for the champions to retain, but I do know that I feel they should, unless they have Lana come back out and be overcome the drastic injury she suffered on Monday night. So if Lana comes out, then she and Asuka will win. Otherwise, the champs will retain. Big G is telling the control room that the shot keeps freezing every time I do the comments, which does not happen usually for good old JM. So I'm not sure why it's happening now.
It's just the way it is. Somebody's not looking out for us up above. Santa, you gotta speak to your fellow bearded man.
Well, but the thing. To quote good old JM, here's the thing, Rift. We always tell everybody in our shots to make sure you always reboot your device before you go on the air. And I don't think Big G did that. So. He said himself he's going to reboot, so that's what I'm assuming happened.
Santa, you tell it like it is, my man. I'm impressed.
I have to, sir. So
you gotta keep that integrity.
There are a lot of people saying a lot of different things. So let me see if I can get some of these comments up here. Let's see.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I will go ahead and speak for Big G, and if he comes back and changes his mind, then so be it. But knowing Big G, I think we're going to have his pick be Shayna Baszler retains, just by default, because he loves Shayna Baszler. And it looks like we do have a super chat in here from Psycho.
I apologize. There we go. There it is. There we go. Psycho J Black with the $2 super chat says Lana should go back to NXT to learn how to wrestle. Oh dear me. He's such a naughty guy on your shows.
Yeah, well, Big G's back. Welcome back, Big G.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I never have problems with StreamYard, but I'm back.
How many inches of snow out there?
Nothing yet. We're supposed
to
be getting
12 to 18 inches.
Starting tomorrow.
Oh, well, then you have no excuse.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, Big G, I spoke for you and said you were going to pick Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
Yeah, that was going to be my choice.
All right. Anything else you want to say about the match?
Not really. I mean, I think Charlotte will be the one coming back as the mystery opponent. Other than that, not much else to say. I'm sure, like I said, Shayna's going to show her dominance, and hopefully one of these days they lose the tag team titles.
Now, who did you pick, Jeff, as the mystery partner? Or Santa, excuse me.
I did not pick a mystery partner. I will say it's Mandy Rose is the actual mystery partner that they reveal. But I still maintain that they will have Lana try to be involved in some way.
I'm sorry, Santa. You and Jeff, you guys go back a long time, way back to Talk Wrestling. Remember that time that Edge Bear was run over? You guys worked together on that.
Edge Bear was the naughtiest boy of all, so he definitely needed to be taken care of prior to Christmas, without saying. So,
yeah, for those of you that never saw that, go do a YouTube search, Talk Wrestling HD Santa, and you'll find that episode where the Edge Bear got run over by good old JM, because Edge Bear was giving Santa a very hard time during that episode.
Yes, and it was proven on the episode we did, I believe it was either that year or the following year, that I am.
It was that year.
It was that year that Jeff and I were out in his driveway doing the close of the show together. So that was an awesome show all around.
Exactly. So, there was that proof right there. You guys were on camera at the same
Yes,
time.
exactly.
Jeff is not Santa. And to this
Right.
day, I still, two jolly guys, it happens.
I totally understand. I will say this. Adrian said, how come no mention of Becky? And he mentioned that Jeff would say Becky's the mystery partner earlier. I did see that. Jeff actually has a modicum of intelligence. More than that, she just had a baby. If she were to come back at TLC, I would bless her doctors with the Christmas miracle gift, because that's amazing. The Rumble, a little more likely, but not much more likely. TLC, no.
Yeah, TLC, she'd still have a chance of popping any type of stitches. So,
right, exactly.
As a dad, I know this for sure.
Yes,
that's why.
Yes. And as Father Christmas, I can definitely co-sign with that, sir. Yes.
All right. Next up, we have The Fiend versus Randy Orton. I feel like this is maybe the most difficult match to predict, but Santa, let's start with you on this one. The Fiend, he is very naughty. He is definitely not on the good list, and quite frankly, Randy Orton is not either. So besides your own personal feelings towards these two, what do you think is going to happen in this match?
I would definitely say that it's astonishes even me to say this, but I think Randy is the naughtier of the two. I mean, we all know how the Fiend is. He's not been shy about showing how he is, and even this mysterious Bray Wyatt, who they compare to our dear friend Fred Rogers, which I think is an atrocious comparison personally. But anyway, the Fiend, I think, is going to not win this match, because Randy has been consistently being the one to be defeated here. Virtue has pointed out many times, he's had the career, the year of his career, 2020. He's been the MVP during this terrible pandemic that has stricken us all in this world. WWE-wise, Randy Orton's been the guy. So I feel he should go out with a bang, with a huge win at TLC. And beating the Fiend right now is actually a big win. Beginning of this year, not so much, because they had buried him thanks to my least favorite bald non-Christian Bill Goldberg. Just a terrible thing they did with him. Oh, good gracious. But he's strong. He's a strong character now. Randy Orton beating him means much, much more, and they will have it be done at TLC.
All right, Big G.
I'm going to disagree with Santa here.
Whoa.
Oh, pull on your stocking. Over. Go ahead.
I'm going to go with the Fiend here. I think Alexa is going to come out with the Fiend and help the Fiend get the victory here. Yes, Randy Orton has had the best year of his career in 2020, but I feel the Fiend needs this win more than Randy Orton does at this moment. So I'm going with the Fiend.
All right, and we have a super chat from Johnny Boy. What does it say?
It says, happy holidays, my dudes, from $10 super chat. Pretty stoked for the pay-per-view. Not a bad looking card. Hope it delivers.
All right, well, thank you for that, Johnny Boy.
It's funny.
Johnny
it's only a 6-match card announced so far, but he's right. It actually looks like a solid card on paper.
6 out of 10.
6 matches.
That's
I understood that reference.
1 point for each match, basically. No, actually, I think the bulk of the points will go towards the 2 TLC matches. Maybe a point for this match, Fiend versus Orton, and then the other 3 matches combined will get 1 point. I think that's how we'll do it. 2, 2, 1, and then 1 for the other 3. Okay, so Colin, you want to go on this one, and then I'll wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt, because I feel coming out of the segment I watched this morning from Raw last night, it had a lot of momentum. I know everyone's all about Randy, and he's had a great year. I know this, but I feel that the Fiend needs this win more than anything to keep his momentum going. So I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt.
I agree that I think the Fiend definitely needs this win more than Randy. But with that being said, after seeing Raw and the Fiend pop out of that box, which was on fire, and taking out Randy Orton, going into this match, like it comes off like there's no chance Randy Orton can win. Therefore, I'm going to say Randy Orton somehow pulls it off. I guess you could have Alexa Bliss show up, but what's going on with her? She's been missing the last couple of weeks. I could see her possibly returning and helping the Fiend win, but I'm going to go with Randy Orton. I mean, I cannot win the predictions league anyways, so I'm just going to take a chance and say the Viper wins to keep him strong. I do. If it was my choice, I was booking it, I would go with the Fiend to win, clearly. But since I'm looking at what happened on Raw and what's going to happen soon with Edge returning, I feel we're going to get one more Edge versus Orton match, even though I would rather see the Fiend versus Edge at WrestleMania. I think it's going to be Orton, so.
That'd be interesting.
I hate to say it. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going with Randy Orton. All right. Now we move on to our top 2 matches, our TLC matches. The first match we'll talk about, Drew McIntyre defending his championship against AJ Styles. And while this will be a good match, I'm kind of feeling that it's very predictable. I do not see AJ winning this. I think it's very unlikely. I think this is just somebody for Drew to beat to get us through 2020, and then 2021, he'll start his feud with Sheamus, and we'll see if Brock Lesnar comes back or what they do for WrestleMania with Drew. Maybe it's Drew versus Reigns again, but yeah, Drew's winning this. I mean, this one's pretty cut and dry as far as I'm concerned. Colin, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Drew retaining. What's the big guy's name that's with AJ? Almost. I see him taking a Claymore for some reason, because maybe Sheamus comes out. Because, AJ hit him with the chair a bunch of times. So maybe, he would take it there. But yeah, I mean, I don't see 2021 starting off with AJ as WWE champion right now. It's not really in his character right now. Mm-hmm. As much as a great champion he is, Drew's gonna probably hold this thing until at least Mania, and that's when he'll drop it.
All right. Santa Claus, what do you think?
Well, as much as I've enjoyed watching AJ Styles' career over the last almost 20 years, which makes me feel old, that's saying something. Again, Drew McIntyre's been the guy all year, and I can't see them derailing his progress any more than they may have done with Randy had they not got it back to him right away. So I feel he will, as the great Cleaver from Cleveland said, he will go into 2021 as the WWE champion still. And I think he has the potential to have a really strong program for WrestleMania if they do it right. So, Sheamus is right there. Just it's like, as much as it's funny for even me to say Sheamus in the main event of WrestleMania against his buddy Drew, take my money. Really.
Big G, you going to go against us, or are you just going to agree with it?
Absolutely not. I'm going with Drew to retain. I think this will be a phenomenal match. I think this is the first time they faced off against each other, which will be cool. It's a TLC match. What else more can you say? So Drew retains.
Yeah, maybe the Miz shows up and tries to cash in, but
maybe we'll get a run-in with the Miz trying to cash in, and Sheamus comes out and says, "Nope, I'm coming for Sheamus or Drew."
Yeah, maybe Miz comes out and then Sheamus makes the save and almost goes through the table, something like that. And I'm sure it'll be entertaining, but man, it seems so predictable on paper. Hopefully they can come up with some interesting sequences for that match to keep us guessing.
A good finish to the match.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so our main event match is another TLC match. Roman Reigns versus Paul Heyman, or not Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns.
That'd be great.
Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. What was that?
If that match happens to be review, Santa quits.
All right, I quit too if that happens.
I would too.
I'm not seeing Brock against Paul Heyman in a cage. That was enough for a good old Saint Nick. I'm good. Thank you.
All right. All right. So Reigns versus Kevin Owens in another TLC match. I'm not a fan of doing the two stipulation matches in the same night. I'd rather they just do one, but hey, it's what they do. Santa Claus, do you think there's any chance KO pulls off the big upset?
No, I would love to give Kevin Owens the benefit of the doubt, but Roman Reigns is the head of the table. That's just what they've done with him since his return. Having him lose the championship to, and this is no disrespect on Kevin Owens, despite JM's past opinions of Kevin, like he's a great superstar, but he's not the guy to take Roman off the mountaintop. He's not that guy right now. When he first was Universal Champion, maybe, but not now. Roman's going to be champion till at least WrestleMania. So
yeah, and
it's going to be ugly. He's Roman's going to be in MAME Kevin Owens mode, and I feel he's going to pull it off.
I agree with you. I think Kevin Owens has done a great job building up to this match, and I think he comes in as a pretty solid challenger. But let's be real here. We're not having a title change. Roman's not losing until WrestleMania at the earliest. Roman will retain, and hopefully they can come up with some different moments from the other ladder match. I'm guessing one will open the show, the other will close. I guess it just remains to be seen which they open and close with. I could see Drew's match closing, so the babyface wins to end it. But then again, Roman Reigns is the guy, so thus he should be in the main event. We do have a super chat from Adrian. What does he say?
Now, is it okay? This is a €5 super chat from Adrian, and he says, "Will we see Riddle? Who? Okay, I'm Santa Claus. I'm evoking executive authority. Will we see Matt Riddle face off against anyone at the pay-per-view? Bro nuts on a pole match. Oh, well, great. Now he made me say bro nuts. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Do you like bro nuts, Santa?
I'm sorry.
Do you like bro nuts?
I'm not going to comment on that with 10-foot pole. Thank you, sir.
Do you like bro nuts in your mouth?
Right along there. I don't even enjoy corn nuts for what it's worth. Anyway, I hope we'll see it on this pay-per-view. There you go.
What about salty chocolate balls? Do you like those?
What about fish sticks?
Oh my God. Horrible.
This is a horrible.
I think we're all going to be on the naughty list for next year. Oh my God.
All right, Big G, is it your turn to do your?
I guess so. I learned my lesson from last time I bet against Roman Reigns. So just like Big Match John, you don't bet against Big Match Roman. So I'm going with Roman Reigns here. And I think they're going to start off with Drew and AJ because they hoisted the WWE title up late last night on Raw. So I don't know if they're going to keep that through SmackDown or if they're going to – I don't know what they're going to do. But anyways, Roman Reigns retains. I think this will be a slow, methodical match, just like the past two matches Roman's had with Jey Uso. Taking his time, beating up on Kevin Owens, yelling at him, or not yelling at him per se, but like talking loud towards him, tell him to stay down and whatnot. So it'll be a good match. I'm going to pick Roman Reigns to retain the title here.
All right. And Colin Andrew, go ahead and wrap us up with this.
Yeah, definitely Roman's going to win. No one's taking the belt off him until WrestleMania. So the reason why I am intrigued in this match is because Kevin Owens could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. And I'm excited to see how they work together, especially with the ladders, the chairs, the tables, the whole shebang. The Uso, Jey Uso can probably pop up. I mean, might see Daniel Bryan. Who knows?
Echo. I feel like the luckiest. Not sure what the echoing is, but I think it's gone now. Okay, so that's good. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. He says, "Bro nuts versus slap nuts in a nuts on a pole match." See, I had to say it so Santa would not say it.
Well, no, Jeff Jarrett is an agent with the company, so why not Jeff Jarrett versus Matt Riddle in that match? That's brilliant booking by Psycho Jet Black. I applaud that.
I mean, how can we not get a Matt Riddle and Jeff Jarrett segment? Like, that needs to happen. That needs to happen on Monday Night Raw. We need a pairing of Jeff Jarrett and Matt Riddle.
Yeah,
for sure.
Trust the merchandise expert. I know they have plenty of Slapnut shirts back in that warehouse. They didn't sell worth a heck.
And they could even take that old, the old WCW shirt and change it to "Listen Up, Bro Nuts," and have a modern version of the Slapnuts t-shirt.
There you
I
go.
love it.
Just please, I beg of you, WWE, do not bring back the WCW 1999-2001 logo, please.
Right. And as far as Riddle goes, I could see him facing Lashley, although I think if they were going to do the match, wouldn't it make sense to announce it on Raw instead of like Saturday, the day before the pay-per-view? So in case
They'll do it Saturday.
In case they do announce that match as a bonus, we'll go ahead real quick and get everybody's thoughts on a prediction. Just in case they do it, I think Lashley will retain for the reason I said earlier. I think Cedric and Shelton will win the titles, and they'll all have the titles. So if that match happens, I think Lashley will retain. Colin, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't see Riddle taking the title.
All right, Jeff or Santa, excuse me, sorry.
You're the worst kayfaber ever. Yes, I Lashley retains.
And Big G?
Yeah, Lashley. I think they're going to focus on Jeff Hardy and Riddle team as the Hardy Bros. So
all right, we got a couple more super chats.
You see that? Yes, sir. Johnny Boy with a $3 super chat says, "Do you see Morrison accidentally costing Miz Money in the Bank?"
yes.
If they're looking for a way to get them apart, definitely. If that's the plan, that's the way to do it. I really. So.
Yeah, but I fear them being split up. Like, look how far down the totem pole they are. They're basically a comedy act. Imagine them split up. Like, Morrison would probably be doing nothing, and Miz would have his usual Miz TV role. But yeah,
right.
I fear for Morrison if they break up that pairing. And what do we have from TJS?
One moment. I am trying to get it loaded here. I apologize. There we go. Okay.
Well, thank you guys very much for the super chats. Very much appreciated. Colin, any opinion on Miz and Morrison, where that should go as far as the storyline?
I mean, a feud eventually, obviously. I mean, since the comeback of John Morrison, it's been all right. Miz and John need to have a great feud, and they will have a great feud because they've known each other and worked together for so long. Do I see him costing him Money in the Bank? No, but I could see him maybe if he does cash in and win, costing him the belt down the line.
There you go.
All right. And then we do have another one from Psycho Jet Black, but let's get to TJS.
TJS says, with a $5 super chat, thank you very much, Tyler, young man. I appreciate that. How do you feel about JR's comments? Why publicly bury your talent? Do you think JR has lost his passion and is only there for a paycheck? Sad.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go. Well, we are pretty much done talking about the pay-per-view.
It's not a WWE question.
Yeah, well, whatever. I think that JR should probably talk to guys behind the scenes, going on a public forum and complaining. I mean, he did not call out anybody specifically. I think it was just a general comment, which could apply to people in WWE and NXT. But yeah, it's his opinion, and I think at this stage of the game, he doesn't really care. He says what's on his mind, and he gives his honest opinion on things, whether it's popular or not. And I think we all know by listening to him on Dynamite, like what they do is not what he grew up with. It's a different style of wrestling, and I think it's been an adjustment for him. And he's one of those guys as he gets older, he remembers back in his day when he thought things were better, and that's just what it is. But yeah, I think he would have been best off to talk to people behind the scenes, and maybe he has already. Maybe he has talked to people, and it's just his way of venting. Jeff, anybody else have a thought on that?
No, I'm good.
No, I didn't read the article yet. So
that was very bad of you, Colin.
I know.
Go ahead.
So we have a $2 super chat from Psycho Jet Black asking me if I'm still mad at Alberto Del Rio for running me over. Well, that wasn't me, young Psycho Jet Black. That was my dear friend and wonderful Santa's helper, Mick Foley, in the role of Santa Claus. And no, I'm not mad at Alberto. I'm mad at Alberto because he basically ruined everything else around him in his career before he left the WWE.
Mic drop. All right. So on that note, I guess we can go ahead and do our plugs. I guess we'll start with Big Baller G with that very nice outfit there, the elf shirt. What do you have for us? Where can we find you on social media?
Yes, you can find me at NoDQ.com/BigBallerG. That takes you to my Twitter page. NoDQ _ Big Baller G 1988 on Instagram. Jeff Phelps on Facebook. Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and that's it for me. Colin?
All right. Y'all can follow me right here at nodq.com/Colin, or that takes you to my Twitter page, or you can right here. Cleaver Colin Andrew is my YouTube and Instagram work page, so you can follow me there. And
right.
That's it.
Now, Santa, I heard that you have something that you're doing for everybody this holiday season. You want to share that with us?
I am indeed. I have noticed that unfortunately the gentlemen who represent me at the various malls around the world, as well as those at Disneyland and other theme parks, are unable to take their children or see the children of the world at their locations because, well, we're in a pandemic, and especially in California where my buddy Jeff lives, they're on a complete lockdown. They can't go anywhere. So I have decided to allow people to contact me either with your kiddos, with yourself, with your grandparents, with your nieces, however you want to do it, and contact me to deliver your wish list to me. It's 10 minutes for $5. The ticker's running underneath us right now. It's you go through my buddy Jeff Meacham at paypal.me/Jeff Meacham, and you can find me on social media at Santa Claus JDM across the board: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So if you want to contact me, that's the way to do it. And Psycho J Black, to answer your $5 super chat, which I appreciate, as does Aaron, I'm sure, for his NoDQ contributions. Are you going to give Ricochet Mike skills for Christmas? He desperately needs it. Santa can only do so much, young man.
So you're saying Ricochet is pretty much a lost cause?
Ricochet was a lost cause the minute he stepped into the ring with Brock Lesnar, and that's not his fault. That's the booking committee's fault. So that's how that works.
But hey, miracles happen. Maybe Ricochet will have a great 2021. Never say never.
If WWE can run a house show on 34th Street somewhere, he'll be in good shape.
All right. So thank you, Santa. Make sure you follow him. Follow the NoDQ team, Colin Andrew, Big G. And, of course, stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest. I will be doing live play-by-play of TLC. And I will be back after the show with a live recap. Tune in for that. Thank you guys again. Stay safe. Happy holidays. Enjoy the rest of the year. We got 2021 coming up. Should be a better year. Hopefully it doesn't get worse. We're all crossing our fingers on that.
I need a miracle, Santa. I need a miracle.
I'm working on it.
Stay positive. Stay safe. And we will see you all next time.